What's up, guys? We are back with another match from Smogon World Cup. This time it is my semi-final match between Reiku, who is representing Team Spain. Now, to answer a few questions, someone asked, or a couple people asked, did I get knocked out of the tourney because I was only uploading my friends' games? Only the first round, which was the qualifying round, was where I had to play more than one battle. I had to play 3 different battles, and I uploaded all of them versus Equation, versus Alf, and versus Frizzy. Now after that came quarterfinals, where I only had to play 1 game because at that point we were split apart into top 8, and I only had to play 1 game for my team, and we only needed 5 games to win. So we ended up winning in quarterfinals versus Canada, and now we're in semifinals. We are playing Spain. So I hope that answers a few questions, and yeah, let's get right into the match. So my opponent's going to lead off with a Azumarill. I'm going to be on this side. I'm going to lead off with my Celebi. This is great because I was honestly expecting him to lead off with a Azumarill or Keldeo. And I'm actually running a substitute baton pass set on my Celebi. So I'm going to go for the substitute as he ends up bringing out his Mega Scizor. Now, because I do run max HP and a hell of a lot of defense, even if he Mega Evolves into Mega Scizor, he won't be able to break my sub with Bullet Punch. So I'm able to baton pass into my Charizard. So I have Charizard here behind a sub for free, and Scizor's no way staying in. Now honestly, this is the only play in this entire game that I was iffy about. Looking back, every other play that I make in this game I'm confident with. So he has a T-Tar on his team. He's more than likely going to want to go out to T-Tar. I don't think he'd go out to Azumarill because he can't risk me being Zard Y, even though it's more than likely I'm Zard X. Now this has to be Scarf T-Tar. The reason I say it has to be Scarf T-Tar because he gets shredded alive by Mega Pinsir if it isn't Scarf T-Tar. So right here I decided to go for the SD, revealing I was SD Charizard, and I'm SD Charizard behind the sub. Now this is why I was iffy. I don't know if I should have went for the SD or should have went for Outrage, because like I said, I knew this was Scarf Tar just based on his team, and if I went for Outrage I would 2-hit KO Scarf Tar, and he'd be able to break my sub, but I'd still be able to 2-hit KO him. And the only thing I would have to fear is getting a 3-turn Outrage, because if I got a 2-turn Outrage, I'd be able to knock out T-Tar, and I'd be able to switch out versus Landorus and or Latias, which came in after. So this is why I was iffy about this play, because as you guys can see, he did confirm that he is Choice Scarf T-Tar. He's going to be able to outspeed me, break my substitute with the Earthquake, and I'm able to knock him out with the +2 Outrage. So that's why I was really iffy about this, because now he's able to go out into his Landorus for free and just click Earth Power and knock me out. I can't switch. I'm locked in, and Mega Scizor has become a problem now to me, especially because I'm Scarf Keldeo, not Specs Keldeo. So I'm going to go out to my Keldeo now. I'm just going to click Scald, because Scald is just an amazing move that you lose nothing from it. It has a 30% chance to burn. Gonna get the burn on the incoming Keldeo, and I do have a really safe switch in, which is Celebi. He's more than likely gonna want to double switch right here, but I don't have to play risky at this point when I have safe switching. So he does pull a nice double into Mega Scizor, predicting my Celebi. Good play on his part. I'm just gonna go right for the safe baton pass, meaning I don't have to predict anything if he wants to switch out, and gonna go right out to my Keldeo as he does go right for the knockoff. And once again, I am gonna click Scald because I need to get a burn on this Mega Scizor in order to potentially beat it. So he ends up bringing in his Azumarill right here, as now I still do have his free switching into my Celebi. So I'm gonna go out to my Celebi as he ends up going right for the Play Rough, and I decided to go for the Giga Drain right here as opposed to going for Recover, because it was more than likely that he would expect my substitute Recover or anything along those lines and go for Knockoff. Based on the Scald damage, this is an Assault Vest Azumarill, so I go for Giga Drain right here just to get off a bit of damage on this Azumarill, as he doesn't end up going right for the knockoff. And because of my defense investment as well as my HP, I'm able to take that, and I'm actually in range where I can take an Aqua Jet after. So gonna go right for Recover as he decides to switch out into his Mega Scizor, and I am gonna hard switch right here because I don't have my leftovers anymore since he knocked them off. So gonna switch directly into my Keldeo as he goes right for the SD, and this has become a threat. Now had he not went for the SD, had he went for like knockoff or something, I actually would have pulled a double into T-Tar, predicting Latias to want to come in, or even a Azumarill, which I can get up Stealth Rock versus and or knock out with Stone Edge. But because he went for SD, I'm forced to click Scald right here, as Scald does a decent amount to him. Because of his damage to me and because of my Scald damage, I roughly know his sets. So he actually decides to stay in again, going for the BP, risking the burn. That immediately clicked in my mind that his Latias has Healing Wish, which is why he is risking his Scizor. He does not care if it gets a burn. But the problem is that I don't think he realizes is that if I got a burn on him with my Keldeo, I could set up a Calm Mind with my Clefable and sweep his team. I have special attack investment for even if he Healing Wish the Scizor back to full, I have a really nice chance of knocking it out. So I do not get the burn as he's able to knock me out with the next Bullet Punch, and I'm forced into my Excadrill right here. So I'm going to go right out into my Excadrill, and I'm going to go right for the safe Earthquake. This is a threat to my team as he decides to switch out into his Landorus. And because I'm in the back, I'm actually going to predict him to want to go for Stealth Rock, since this is more likely Stealth Rocker since T-Tar was Choice Scarf. So going to go for Iron Head as he does decide to get up his rocks. And because of that damage, I can now switch out into my T-Tar as fodder, get up the Sand. And because I'm packing Smooth Rock, I have 8 turns, or 7 turns essentially, to abuse the Sand. So my Sand Rush Excadrill is going to be able to come right back in and go right for the Iron Head, as he is going to switch out into his Keldeo, just trying to waste the Sand turns, burn them out. But because of Sand and of course Burn, I'm going to be able to knock him out with the second Iron Head. No reason to actually go for Earthquake or anything along those lines. And he decides to go right into his Azumarill, because I know that he is Assault Vest just based on the damage from Giga Drain and Scald. I know that I can take one Aqua Jet, so I'm going to go right for the Earthquake just to be able to knock him out, as he's able to do a hell of a lot to me. And now he's going to go out to his Latias. Now, he has Healing Wish, definitely. So his best play is him going for Healing Wish, healing the Scizor, and sweeping my team. My best play is going for Iron Head and hopefully getting a flinch, as that's my win condition. So I go for Iron Head, I don't get the flinch, but he goes for Draco Meteor. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we would call a choke. Now, a choke is when you have the game and you basically make a move, which was like the worst possible move, and it gives an opening to your opponent. So it is really common in tournament play. It's common in a lot of play, especially because, you know, you're playing for a team, you get nervous, etc., etc. So that's really unfortunate for him. I'm going to take full advantage of that, though, and go right out into my Clefable. And I'm going to go right for my first Calm Mind. -2 Psy Shock would do nothing. He's more than likely going to go for Healing Wish. So I go for Calm Mind right here. He sees this, and because I went for Calm Mind, he's kind of scared to go out to Mega Scizor. I was actually talking about this after the match with my buddy Jambad, and was like, what would have been his best play? Now, Healing Wishing Mega Scizor, his BP from his Mega Scizor only does about 60%-ish, 58 to 60% to my Clefable. Because I do have some special attack investment, and enough, actually at +1, I can do a hell of a lot to his Scizor. Like I said, I basically knew his spread thanks to this Keldeo's Scald damage. So I had a rough idea of what his spread was, so I calced Flamethrower, and it has a really good chance of knocking him out. And if it didn't knock him out, it would actually knock him to the range where Celebi's Giga Drain could knock him out, and Celebi beats Landorus 1v1 since he's the Stealth Rocker, which is Earth Power, Psychic, and Focus Blast Stealth Rocks, so can't touch my Celebi. So he actually decides to Healing Wish and pass that to Landorus. The reason he does this is because he wants to try and get a crit on me. That way, Scizor can come in and go for BP, and then Scizor beats Celebi 1v1. So, like I said, I wasn't sure what his better play would have been in. Maybe it would have been going on to Scizor and hoping that he lived the Flamethrower. But he decided to go out to Landorus, so now he's just going to try and spam Earth Powers. But because of the Calm Mind boost, I'm able to take that relatively well. I'm going to go for another Calm Mind. And my goal right here, even though I am risking crits, is get back up to a good amount of HP as possible. As good amount of HP as possible, and be able to knock out this Landorus with one shot. So I'm actually going to go for +4, because +4 does ensure that I can knock him out. +3 also has a good chance of knocking him out with my investment, but +4 always knocks him out. So I'm going to go for the soft boiled one more time. Even if he does get a crit, I do have a bit of special defense, so it won't be able to knock me out with the Earth Power after that. So I'm going to go right for the Calm Mind once again, and now I'm just going to go for one more soft boiled, as he's really hoping for a crit at this point. That does nothing, that Earth Power at +4, and I'm able to get back up to full HP. He's going to go for one more Earth Power, and I'm able to knock him out with the Moonblast. And his last is Mega Scizor, which cannot knock me out with the Bullet Punch, even if he actually gets a crit at this range. So that's going to be a good game. Reiku did choke, but, you know, part of playing in tournament play is, you know, taking advantage of what happens. It's not always predicting, like I said, guys. It's, you know, like I said before, it's making the best plays possible. I saw the choke, I saw my opening, so I went right for the kill, basically. And, yeah, Clefable just came through. So right now, US East, my team is 4-1 versus Spain. We only need one more match in order to get to finals, but then again, it's Pokemon, so anything can happen. They can win 3 games in a row, and then they force a tie with us, which we have to beat the tiebreaker. But in any case, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Stay tuned for more X and Y, some nice showdown live to the top, and until next time, guys, later.